Okay, in this tutorial we're going to look at using the Marquee tool. So the first thing we need to do is go to our tools and go to our title tool application, and we're going to select Marquee this time. And this is going to open up the Marquee title tool. And there's a couple things that we need to look at. We need to make sure that it has this layer 1 here and this scene, and if it doesn't, you need to come up here and hit Command plus N, or just hit this button and you'll create this down here. And if it's blank and doesn't have these, then you won't be able to do any animation to your title. So now that we're sure that's good, we need to go to the tool sets and make sure it's on expert animation. You might be on basic, just switch it to the expert animation and it will update your tool sets. So I'm going to try to get this out of the way a little bit so we can see everything. That'll do. So the next thing that we need to do is enter our text tool and enter the text that we want. So in this case the title is Red Rider. That's not big enough for me, so I'm going to hit the Command A tool to select all, and that lets me change the size. But it doesn't change the bounding box, so we need to go into the Edit tool, click off of that so it doesn't have each individual glyph, and then click on it, and then we can stretch this out so we can get it up on one line. I kind of like it to be uniform around it, so if you grab this edge and drag it in, you can get it as close as you want. But I'm happy with that. Now that we have that selected, we can go over here and we can enable the lighting under the Surfaces menu. And under the type, we can change the type to a gradient. And then it will open up this new area connected to the gradient. So let's go and change this local mapping to container so it contains it all within this type. And we can actually go to this triangle here and, like in Photoshop or any program, change the colors. So let's go to the brightness slider so we can see all the hues, and I'm going to switch this to a red color, and that's okay. So we can make any adjustments we want with this, change any other colors if we want to add different things, but I'm going to keep it red, and we can change the directionality. I'm going to go with this direction. And now that we have that, I want it to look like a 3D effect, so I need to go to the effects and extrude it. So I'm going to grab this and pull it up, and 25 will do. You can see how it extruded the text. And now that I've done that, I need to actually select the individual glyphs. I'm going to use the Option key and click on any key, but then I'm going to hit the Command A key to select all the keys. Now they're all selected, and I can go down and click on this timeline area and go to 2 seconds. That's where I want this to come up right here, just like this. So to do that, I need to go into these 4 keyframes. This is the direction, the rotation, the scaling, and the color. And now those are all switched on. So then I can bring this back to the very front where I want my animation to start, and then I need to turn on this animation mode. If I don't turn on the animation mode, then it's not going to animate at all. So I want to actually move these individually, so I need to click out of it, and I need to use the Option key again and click on the R. So now that I have that, I can move all the letters where I want. So after you have all the letters in the location you want, you can actually go into the Rotate tool and click on them and change the rotation. I'm going to do this by the Y, but you could go on the X if you wanted. Rotate this. As soon as you see these 4 cross arrows, you'll know that you're able to rotate it. don't see those, then you won't be able to. Great. So now I have that finished, I can actually go into my timeline here and I can hit play. And there my Red Rider title comes together. And I like that. It's pretty cool. So just like everything, we can, with every title tool, we can go up and quit the marquee, and we can save that to the bin. And I'll name this 3D Red Rider. Oops, get rid of that untitled. And then I'm going to hit OK. And as you can see, it's going to render that out. So just wait patiently, it won't take too long. Grab some gum or a cup of coffee, whatever's your thing, and wait for it to do its rendering magic. Okay, now it's going to ask you what the title name is and where you want to place it. So I'll just place it in my sequences because that's what's actually open on my media drive, and I want it to be 1:1, so it's the best quality. And I'll save that there. So now you have an animated TIFF sequence. You can see it right here. So I'm actually just going to drag that in, put it in position, make sure your monitor level's on, and then hit play.
I'm sorry, Steven. God, only 6 minutes late.
There
Only
you go.
6
You
minutes,
just
huh?
created
I got 6 minutes
a
just
little
to
bit
hang around
cooler
this joint till
title.
my shift
You
gets
can
up.
add your fades
This is
in,
really the kind.
do all the other stuff that you want to do to it. But that's the basics of using the Marquee title tool.